Antrell, he's a beast. And he's conquered every piece of adversity he's ever had. And I think that's what makes him special.
Antrell Taylor steps up big.
Talk about the things that he's been through. You got to be a tough person to go through those things. And he's proven that he is, not just to the fans or the haters or whatever you are, but he's proven it to himself. That separates him from the competition alone.
I know I have a sad story, but I don't expect no sympathy from anybody. I'm just a normal person living out my dreams like anybody else. And yeah, this is just the beginning. I'm from Omaha, Nebraska. Omaha is different. People think it's just a bunch of cornfields, but there's a lot of outside factors in Nebraska. There's a lot of things going on that aren't good and bad things, you know. I started wrestling when I was about 4 or 5 years old. As a youngin', man, I was kind of bouncing off the walls. I was a little crazy, so I was getting in trouble in school, and I felt like wrestling was my outlet to really let out my anger in a way. I don't know why I was such an angry little kid.
That's it. Boom. Good job, baby. Dang, I had so many parents coming up to me after every tournament, like, he's gonna be something. He's gonna be huge. He's gonna make it. And, you know, me just thinking like, okay, we just keep going to practice and keep going to all the tournaments. I'm gonna just make sure he's in there.
My pops, he built the foundation of really bleeding red, you know, like we would go to tournaments when I was young and we would wear all red Nebraska stuff. Cause he would say, you got to represent your state, you know? So he built the foundation and put me in a place to be great.
December 2011. I woke up at maybe 4:30. My husband wasn't home yet. So I called, no answer. The police came out to our house and they were saying that they were investigating a homicide. And they said the address, and which was off 114th and Elm Street. And I drove there, and it was like the streets were all closed, blocked off or whatever. And I knew it was him because I saw his truck. I honestly lost it. And I called my mom. And they came out and, you know, sat with me. But yeah, it was rough. And then I had to figure out how to tell my boys, like, telling a 7-year-old that, you know, your dad is not coming back home anymore. It was tough. It was really tough.
When my dad passed away, it put a hole in my heart, man, and something that won't ever fill up, I feel like. So the wrestling is just something that I do I do it for him, and because I know that's what he wanted me to do. So I'm carrying out my dreams for my pops because, yeah, he wanted me to be here, and I'm just living it out, you know. My brother, Antrell, he stepped in, really took the lead and took me up under his wing.
My son, Antrell, would be at all of his practices.
Finish that. Finish that. There you go.
He would be coaching from the stands.
Hard cut, let's go, Trelly.
You know, he was there for everything.
When I went up and saw Antrell on a home visit, Antrell, his brother, was there, asked me a ton of questions. He loves the Huskers, and he loved our program, and he, you know, most of all, he loved his brother. And so I knew Antrell and Antrell had a really tight relationship.
August 3rd, 2023, around 2:45, I think, early Thursday morning, my phone rang, and It was one of their cousins. And she was like, Antrell's in the hospital. It was like, I can't believe I'm going through this again. He's not answering the phone. I finally make it to the hospital, and the nurses were sitting at the nurse's station. And they were like, we did all we could for your son. He didn't make it. I don't know. That was hard. It's still hard. He was murdered. It's the day my life changed drastically. So
I was 19 years old, so just a couple years ago, and yeah, it was terrible. It was a terrible thing. It was the year I actually stepped into the starting lineup. It was very difficult at the beginning, just navigating and not having him there. So I kind of just had to I always had something on my phone, or text messages, how he would text me before my matches, like, go out there, dominate, da-da-da. And then just looking out in the crowd and not seeing him, it was just, I'm still learning how to truly navigate through it, but I'm still really trying, you know? It's all about trying at the end of the day, putting one foot in front of the other. That's how I do it, so.
He used his pain and his anger, his emotions, to help increase his performance. He's trying to make them proud. To see him handle it the way he did, with a positive attitude, and to use it as something that fuels him rather than something that hurts him, it's amazing to see, especially being homegrown. It doesn't happen all the time. You know, you see some people, they might go through something like that and they go down a bad path, and he's done the exact opposite.
watching Antrell perform it helps me. It heals me.
Last year, the beginning of the season, I knew I was in for like a way better season. Fast forward to Big Tens. I wrestled a great tournament there, lost to Kasich. That one hurt, that one stung. I was real down after that one. I remember Caleb Smith coming up to me and was like, you're gonna remember this. It's gonna make you better for next week, like the national tournament. It's not over. You still got one more shot at the title, like the big thing, you know? So once I got to the national tournament, I felt like I was so focused and locked in on what I needed to do, and it's only 5 matches to get to that national title. So I took it one match at a time, and I was ready to go. I feel like everything was clicking at the right time. I could really see everything that they were doing and they were trying to throw at me. And I was wrestling as best as I could, so. As the tournament went on, my confidence kept building. And then at the national finals, my nerves, that's what really got me. Because it's just like everything you've worked for since you were a little kid, now it's right here in your hands. But I felt like as soon as I ran out there and that whistle blew, I was just out there wrestling another match. And yeah, I just took it from there.
By Taylor, big finish.
Antrell doing it on the biggest stage, the brightest lights. You know, he just shined. He went and got it. Antrell just wasn't going to be denied.
And Taylor holds it off. The national champ. The best year ever for Nebraska gets even better. Wow.
It was honestly very surreal, I would say. I'm pretty sure I did black out a little bit after that backflip. I went and gave everybody a hug, but then I seen all the cameras in my face, and I'm like, you know who I got to go to first? My family, you know, and I gave them a hug.
But that feeling was, something that, gosh, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just the best feeling ever. everything just comes together like it's supposed to, you know. And I know that his dad and Antrell were definitely there. They were there, I felt them.
My dad and my brother. That is truly who I wrestle for. You know, I write it on my shoes. Every pair of shoes I get, I write "Long live Drelly, long live Bear." That was my dad. They called him Bear. It's crazy because it felt like they were in the crowd just watching. Because I just looked up and it just felt like they were there at that point in time.
They made him who he is. I feel like it gave him an extra reason to keep going. And his purpose is much bigger than himself. He's doing it for his family. He's doing it for his loved ones that aren't here anymore. He's a champion in life to me.